Okay, hi, I'm Dr. Arnone. Thank you for subbing for me today. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the classroom, so watch this video and you should know where generally everything you need for the day is at. Okay, so first of all, please don't leave my door unlocked when you are not in the room. There's too many things in here that students can use in an inappropriate way, so just lock it when you leave the room. Thank you. As you come in the classroom, there's this drawing rack over here. Usually I don't leave a sub with a painting project, but sometimes it's stuff that needs to be handed out. So if I'm talking about the drawing rack, it's over here. The part of the drawing rack that you'll most likely need is where the folders are stored. And if you look here on the signs, there are arrows that face down. So this is second hour stuff. This is third hour stuff. That's the biggest confusion. I tried it the other way and people got confused as well. So if I pull out this 6th hour folder shelf, so 6th hour pointing down, the folders all have a 6 on them for the class period, and they're color coded. Those colors match up to what's above the tables floating around. Okay? So what you're seeing floating above the tables might have changed to something different, but it'll still be the same color no matter what object is hanging down up there. I have these iPads in class. You might have an assignment that is using them, you might not. If we're not using them, then they can all stay in here. They don't need to be plugged in, they don't need to be in the right number spot, but just keeping track of them is best. So if we don't need them, if I haven't written that on the sheet, go ahead and leave that alone. This is the storeroom back here. Typically when a sub is here, I will lock the door and I'll have all the supplies out. The key that works on the door to get into the classroom works on the storage room door as well. So if you really needed to, you could go in and try to find something, but it's not very clear about where things are, so I will have out everything that you need. Inside this door there is a refrigerator. It says that there's a kiln in there, and there is, but I have my fridge on top of it because I don't use the kiln, so you feel free to use that if you would like, but students shouldn't be in here. Here are the sinks back here. If you need more paper towels, the paper towels are here, and then on this side as well. The extra paper towels are behind the sink, then in these cubbies, if you happen to run out during the day. If students come in to work on stuff from, make up things from past assignments, up here on the windowsill there are these bins. So they might come in, say, during a study hall in first hour and need to make up something from third hour. So their makeup work would be inside this bin. They should know that too, but they might need to ask you. Okay, so now from the door, I'm over in the corner. If students need to do makeup work, their supplies should be over here on the counter. So any paper that they might need, I have hanging up in these two things, and any supplies they'll need would be underneath of that. The paper cutter is not to be used by students at all. This, of course, is my desk. The laptop is sometimes left here and sometimes I take it with me. Students shouldn't be behind my desk at all. And this is the hub computer. It connects to the smartboard. You'll be using this all day long. If my laptop is gone, you'll need to use this to take attendance on as well. And to do that, you'll need to freeze the screen. So if you push freeze on the remote here, then the screen up there is frozen and you can look at something else on the little screen here. Now, when you come in, I will have this already set up. Sometimes the computer shuts down in the middle of the night and you'll have to reopen it. So on my notes, I have my password, and then I also have document on the desktop, or I've sent you a link that will have the link to get to the file. So the file then will open like this. Otherwise, there'll be a document on the screen here that says sub and the date, and you can open that, and then that'll have a link to take you to what you need. And you will have to log in as me to see these things. For example, today when students come in, I have them seated. Once the bell is done, you would introduce yourself, then make this bigger and push that replay button or just the play if it's the first time today. Then it would play through. When it's done, you put the screen up for while they're working. So I've got this. You push present, and then it gets big like that. You would push freeze on the smartboard. Then you can push escape and set turn on the radio. I'm going to turn that off right now. And then you can set the timer. So to set the timer, the first time it's going to be this window. Then you set the timer for the minutes that you want, and you would say go. And it counts down like this. You might need to walk by it and wiggle the mouse a little bit to wake up the screen. So up on the smartboard would be the assignments they have to get through today. On this screen would be how much longer is left in class with the radio playing. When it is done, it comes up with this box that says your timer has run out. You have to push OK, and then you can flip back and you start here for the next class. Doing the video, putting up the screen for today, freezing it, and then going to the radio and the timer again. So typical expectations for students when there's a sub here, well, anytime they should be working in their seats, they should be making progress on their assignments. Now, if a student is in their seat and they're just not working, they're not bothering anyone else, you can just let it go. That'll be on them as far as getting it done for their grade. If they are out of their seats, if they're bothering other people, keeping other people from getting their work done, that's when I need you to ask them to get to work, ask them to sit down, and then let me know their names. Typically, if the classes get a good report, which means either they had something positive written down or they just had no names written down negatively, then they will get gum or a piece of candy the next day when I come in. So please let me know if there's an issue, if there's a positive as well. I will also write them up later if there's something going wrong. So please let me know.